This episode of Says Who is brought to you by you through your support of our Patreon at patreon.com/sayswho. That's our Patreon, where pretty much every Sunday you get this all over again. You get me and Maureen doing a thing we call the Town Watch, which is very similar to what you're listening to, except a half an hour. And wrap your head around this, actually looser and less planned. That's for you if you give it the $5 or $10 a month level. That extra $5 that brings you to 10. That's how math works. It gets you a sticker in the mail every month because you're a member of the Says Who Sticker Club, which is a great club where I make and mail you a sticker. It's been going on for a long time now. People have a lot of stickers and they still like them. So we still send them. All of that's available to you at patreon.com/sayswho.
And I actually know what our new next sticker should be.
I love it.
I'll tell you when we start talking about something. I'll tell you. I'll just tell you then. Yeah, it's coming up on Says Who. Maureen talks about a sticker. Yeah. Books, y'all. Listen, I'm in the middle of 90 projects. I need 4 more of me if anybody has. And not for like really cool reasons. It's like garbage reasons. If you've sent me an email, I'm sorry. I'll get back to you. I just don't be on a deadline constantly and then write your book and then immediately get pneumonia and then blow out a couple weeks and have to go on a side quest.
Yeah. Don't forget,
have a bunch of weird family things happen. Yeah, have a whole bunch of weird family things happen at the same time.
Yeah.
It's all fine, but I'm not. These aren't complaints. It's just the garbage. It's just like what happens to time. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah.
But the Velvet Knife coming out this October, and
boom,
it's starting to come into that season now where we're gonna, because it's April.
Yeah.
And this is coming out in October, which means it's time to start talking about it.
Okay.
And it's a new book that has to do with cults.
All right.
Unsolved murders.
Stevie Bell joint, right?
This is Stevie Bell number 6. 6 of 7.
Oh, look at that.
And this is, it takes place in New York City and it is about a cult. So, coming up on.
I love it.
Pre-order info coming soon. I know I'm doing a bunch of signing pages and things, so I'll figure out what we'll know. It's too early to know about pre-orders.
You should come through Chicago.
I can just do that. Listen,
come through Chicago.
Even if they don't send me there, I can just do that.
It's true. Just come through.
Just do that.
We'll have fun. We'll do good stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you'd like to pre-order The Velvet Knife, or, order any of Maureen's books, or just buy some books, you can always go to kickbezosintheballs.org. That's our own little bookshop. And while you're buying things on the internet, you can also go to merch.sayswhopodcast.com, where we have just tons of Says Who merchandise. All of it's fun. All of it's great. You should just buy it. Or you could go to shop.dansinker.com, where I sell some patches and some stickers and some shirts and some hats, including soon, probably not this week, probably next week, a whole line of trying baseball hats, perfect for this summer weather as it descends upon us. Shop.dansinker.com.
He's not mad about the Pope. That was a picture of him. Kid?
Welcome to DoorDash. Here's your order, please.
What? Kid? You're here.
I didn't know that you'd be answering the door.
I'm always here.
I had to pick up a little bit of extra work to pay some bills, and I've started DoorDashing. I thought this address looked familiar.
Yeah, 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Yeah. Come in.
I have other orders that are in the car right now. I have somebody's Chipotle order.
I'll take it.
And I also have something from Long John Silver's that I'll need to take.
That's still around.
And I have it, but no, I can't come in. But here is your order. I'm gonna need to take a picture of this.
Oh, come in. We only take pictures. No. We have a rule. Here.
Why?
You can't take it legally. The Secret Service says you can't take pictures outside. Only inside. Come inside.
No,
you have to.
Why do you need me to come inside?
Seize him. Get him.
No,
he's here.
This is not what I want.
Oh, he's here. What? This says who? The podcast is not a podcast.
It's a coping strategy. I am Dan Sinker.
I'm Maureen Johnson.
Hello, Maureen Johnson.
How are you?
I'm all right. It's summertime suddenly.
Yeah,
we went from like real cold to 80 degrees.
It's almost 90 here. It is way hot.
Yeah, it's nice.
I am wearing a sundress.
Nothing says April 15th like summer-like weather.
Our winter coats are still out.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do.
I just put the boots away this weekend.
Yeah.
I was like, I think maybe we don't need the boots anymore.
Yeah.
But
I was about to ask Oscar, I'm like, can we put these boots in the...
Oh. But as Prince has told us many times, sometimes it snows in April.
Yeah. And he knows stuff.
He does. He does know stuff. How are you, Maureen Johnson? You seem fine. There was a good 5 minutes before I hit record where Maureen just sort of stress monologued about work.
Okay,
so things are going well.
Things actually are going well. I just need two more of me. And like I said, not for like important reasons. It's just that there's just between life and work, too many things.
Yeah.
There's just too many things. And it didn't help to be sidelined with pneumonia. Like that just, it's fine. I'm not complaining. It's just one of those things where...
You can complain about having pneumonia.
No,
that's okay. You're allowed to complain about having pneumonia, Maureen.
It just slowed it just meant that,
Like pneumonia isn't going to be pissed at you. It's fine. It doesn't, I don't think pneumonia even listens to this podcast.
I have to go for my follow-up x-ray. So I'm going to get that scheduled. Where they check your lungs again. Make sure it's gone.
Well, that's good.
Scheduling all my stuff. My mammogram, my dentist appointment, my follow-up x-ray. Yeah.
Good work.
All the checks of the stuff.
Yeah. Anyway.
I'll tell you, my asthma's been crazy, though, because it suddenly got hot and it got kind of humid and overcast.
Yeah.
And it kind of clamped the lid on all the garbage air.
Yeah.
Which meant I was laying in bed last night like that.
Perfect.
But I refused to close the window because it was nice. So.
Yeah. Yeah, we are in this kind of cycle where it's really nice during the day and then at night it rains. So we end up sort of trapping stale warm air in your house overnight. I was hot last night. I was kind of flipping and flopping, sweaty.
Well, but it's still beautiful rain sounds. I just can't get mad at night rain. Yeah. I just can't get mad at night rain.
It was really lightning-y. It was like I was laying in bed and it was like somebody was standing outside the window with a camera flash or something. It was this very, very, very bright white. Maybe it was somebody outside the window with a camera flash.
Maybe it was the clown that you hire to hang outside your windows.
Still one of my finest moments.
That may be the best dad thing that's ever been done. It might be number one.
For those that have joined sometime in the last, 8 years, once it was my older kid's birthday, and we were at home, and I kept waving out the window throughout the day. And finally, he was like, "What are you doing?" And I'd be like, "Nothing." And then finally, I explained to him that I had hired a clown to stand outside the house for his birthday. But I had asked the clown that every time my kid looked out the window that he needed to duck.
It may be the greatest thing a dad has ever done.
Yeah.
It's so good. I don't know what to do about it.
It was good. It was my finest moment. It's all been downhill from there.
No, you have your kids are good. They're good in this.
They are good kids.
And they're adorable.
I like those kids a bunch.
Yeah.
I like those kids a bunch. The younger one has been doing a thing in the schools where it's a voluntary thing where they can design a little cardboard like arcade game. It's called the Cardboard Carnival. And it's like cardboard. They have a couple of motors and things, and a big part of it is about learning to kind of prototype stuff and stuff like that. But they require you to have a theme. It can't just be like, oh, I made a skee ball game or whatever. And he made this little like sort of pinball-esque where you kind of push a ball up a ramp and then it swoops around and then it hits a bunch of obstacles and stuff. And took him a long time to come up with a theme. And then he was like, I've got the theme. And we were like, what is it? He was it's called Mealtime Madness. He was like, each little thing that you land in is a table and you're trying to find a good table at lunchtime. I was like, that's amazing.
That is so good.
I know. At the top of the little board is a spinner, like a little motor, because you were required to have a motor. And that's a food fight. And he drew like all this little food spinning out from the motor. So like that fucks up your ball as it spins around. And it's pretty great. When he dropped that theme on me, I was like, this is amazing.
Both your kids are geniuses.
They're good. They're good.
And there is a little version of your son that very briefly appears in the Velvet Knife.
I love it.
You're young.
That's exciting.
He sees a bird. There's a bird in it. And I know, because there's this bird that figures prominently in it.
Yeah.
And it's entirely based, anyone listens to this, I always talk about my Aunt Clara and her bird, her cockatiel named.
Yeah.
And so this woman is based on, she's not my Aunt Clara, because my Aunt Clara was really something, but the bird is based on teal. I found out something I didn't know, which is that Only Murders in the Building has a whole bird woman season.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, oh, everybody's going to say, but I still haven't seen it. So
yeah.
But it turns out and many of the characters are based on people that live in my building and actual things that have happened in my building. One is directly like my neighbor who was obsessed with, they've left, they moved to Florida, but the one that was obsessed with the royal family and knew the royal undertaker and.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
They left because of Mamdani, right?
Yes, they did.
He's out. He was like, I got to go.
Oh, I forgot that is why they left. I just blacked out on that one.
Yeah, I mean, that's understandable.
Dan, I am getting back into exercise this week after being sick. I had to take a little time because I'm still crashing a bit here and there.
Yeah.
I had a couple neurological crashes this week, but I said my entry back into exercise, I need to go to yoga.
Okay.
And I went to schedule it. And then I went, why don't you treat yourself, Maureen? Pay extra.
Okay.
And go to puppy yoga.
Okay.
Because there is a place where you just do yoga with puppies.
No, that sounds like not really yoga, but it does sound cute.
Well, it is real yoga. Like you go in and it's very well regulated.
Okay.
I read a lot about it. So it's either rescue puppies or, and I don't like this, but reputable breeders that are responsible. Like they're, and everything is about it is that the puppies they have a big sleeping area and then they're only there's strict rules about them being in the yoga room with you. Like they can go anywhere. You can't stand up with them.
Oh, okay.
Like you can't pick them up and hold them up because you might drop. Like you have to be on the ground with them.
Yeah.
They may pee on your mat and so a couple people are always walking around like just, with cleaning up, but they're puppies. It's like 2 drops.
Right.
And my session was all baby. It was a litter of baby Frenchies. The tiniest, gremliniest, 2-pound, adorable, like goober, like just old enough. And partially you're there to socialize them so they get used to being with people doing things.
Right.
So the class begins, or just before it begins, the puppies come out. This one sleepy puppy trundles up to me, crawls onto my lap, and falls asleep. Like asleep. And
So
every
there
time
goes the yoga.
every time I tried to move him gently, he would go, oh, and I would go, oh, well, I sat for the entire yoga class. Eventually I just scooched up against the wall. I just sat there with a sleeping puppy. And then a second one came up. I was like, you seem like a good sleeping place. So he fell asleep on me.
So you did zero yoga.
Correct.
You paid money to do yoga. You did zero yoga.
I held a sleepy Frenchie puppies for an hour and a half, an hour and 15 minutes.
Okay.
Others came over and nibbled on my toes.
Yeah.
And scampered around, but they just slept.
This seems like, and no offense to anyone involved, the dumbest possible yoga theme that I can imagine.
It's really
like this
popular,
grows out of goat yoga, which is goofy enough, but at least goats like to climb on things. And so I think the whole point is like they will stand on you while you're yogaing. But Cats do. But puppies are just pure chaos agents.
And I came dressed for yoga.
Exactly antithetical to the entire concept of doing yoga.
But the thing is, I got there and they're like, it's a wellness experience, and they like it's very wellnessy. But at the same time, yes, I paid money to sit there and hold two puppies. Yeah, worth it.
I mean, you could just go to the animal shelter and hang out with puppies. Probably
they don't let you just sit there and hold them for. I mean,
if you rolled in with the amount of money you just paid for yoga, I bet they'd be like, "Yeah, it's fine. Come on."
And I would gladly do that.
We got some puppies for you to hang out with.
I was going to do yoga, and I ended up just sitting there with sleepy puppies, like covered in sleeping puppies. No complaints from me. None.
All right.
Zero.
I get it.
But today I'm going back to Pilates.
Yeah, I was going to say, you didn't exactly start the whole exercise regime.
But you know what? I felt happy.
Well, good. That's good.
So,
Speaking of happy, Maureen, we mentioned on the Town Watch this week that we're moving. Yeah. Me and Maureen are moving into a house.
Yes.
In Glastonbury, the UK, that Maureen found. It's not just one
look at our house right now.
2 houses. It's amazing. It's directly behind the Glastonbury Tor, which is the actual literal site of Avalon of King Arthur fame. Also in our backyard, apparently, the Holy Grail is buried.
Yeah.
I can't stop thinking about this new life that we're going to be leading in our new house. And I'm not joking.
I'm looking at broadband speed, apparently ultra fast broadband.
Yeah, of course.
It is a magical house.
There's no downsides.
This house is, it's kooky as shit, but it is beautiful. But it is wild.
Yeah. It's 2 houses. One of them is like a converted barn. That would be my house. Me and Janice and little one would roll in there. You'd have the larger house at the front. It's just great. And I want to give you an update because I don't think you've seen this.
Right.
But it says SaysWhovia has been to Glastonbury. They live in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
They went to Glastonbury at some point to douse ley lines, as one does. And in the SaysWho Facebook group, they gave an account of their time. And I'm going to quote from this. So if you're going to move to Glastonbury, you need to know about the ley lines that converge there. There are 2, the St. Mary line, feminine energy, and the St. Michael line, masculine energy. Both cross the entirety of southern England, always close to each other, sometimes crossing, always at ancient and sacred sites, snaking through an improbable amount of churches dedicated to those two saints, and a whole lot of other weird witchy places along the way. But at Glastonbury, the lines go, and this is important, it's in all caps, absolutely batshit crazy around the Tor and the other energy vortices in the town. I went on an ill-advised quest there a few years back to douse the ley lines and map them, and stayed with a pagan witch called Tony. I just want to interrupt real quick, Maureen, and say, I feel like if you're a pagan witch, you need to work on your name if your name is Tony.
Disagree.
Okay.
Tony the Witch is exactly who I'm going to.
That's true. Pagan witch called Tony. Parentheses, there was a cauldron on top of my wardrobe, and a bedside light was a chainmail helmet. I also met one of the high priestesses of Avalon who performed a weird drumming ritual and sang to my yoni, and I can confidently say I have never been so stressed in my entire life, rigid with fear. Anyway, I digress. So St. Mary line, fine, no problems there. But the St. Michael line made me absolutely nauseous, gave me a headache, and didn't shift for a week after I left, and made my entire body buzz, and not in a good way. I fully realize that this isn't going to put you off at all, but I'm also certain that this is why everyone in Glastonbury is crazy.
Will someone in the UK go and look at this house for us?
You have kin.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. But they're not. We really want this house.
Yeah. That account honestly only made me want this more.
Yeah. Same.
Because what they're describing, these absolutely batshit crazy lines,
mm-hmm.
and they posted like a map, I guess,
mm-hmm.
of the ley lines, and they are literally just going like all twisty crazy in our actual literal backyard.
And I'm looking at the map.
Yeah.
I mean, I just don't think we have a choice. You know what I mean? It's just...
Yeah. This feels predestined.
It does.
This feels like like pulling a sword from a stone. This feels like a hand reaching up from a lake, holding a sword.
It's near Castle Carey. That's where the fancy... This is where I stayed at the fancy hotel there. It's very fancy.
Well, there you go.
It's beautiful.
I really want this. I want that absolute batshit energy in my life.
Yeah.
Is what I want.
And again, like an hour from the sea.
Hour from the sea, hour from Bristol.
Yeah. If that.
Yeah.
You know, and then we could, absolutely. Also, just go straight down. Oh, there's like so many. Someone in the UK, please, if you are near Glastonbury, will you go and check out this house? Because I think that truly Dan and I are on the edge of, I think we should do this.
The real estate website does a little mortgage calculator thing, you know,
mm-hmm.
and you don't really have to put a lot down before that number is actually a completely reasonable number, especially if you consider that it would be covered by two different households.
Yeah. We just need to find out what conditions, because if it's not like completely like falling into the ground.
Yeah, I don't think it is.
We just have to check on that.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's not falling into the ground any more than any other like old house in the UK is. I've looked at other property, and you mm-hmm. can, you know, in the tours, it's like, oh, well, that room's not done.
Right.
You know, oh, that was a problem. There's nothing immediately leaping out here.
Can you imagine the first 10 years of Says Who or this, the second year?
Yeah. Yeah.
Then we move into our mystical phase.
I'm in. We have
also predetermined that if we get this house, I guess when we get this house.
Yeah, when. There is no if.
Dan has to get robes, and that his his hustle will be that he just stands around on the tour and people can take pictures with him.
Yeah. Janice, prior to this house entering our life, had talked about how she wants to learn to befriend crows. And so
this is the place.
Me in my wizard robes and her top of the tour crow witch.
Yeah.
I'm ready. That's the next phase of my life.
I'll be down in the house working on writing and spells.
Yep.
Has a big attic space to do stuff in.
It's wonderful.
There's no downside.
There's literally zero downsides.
Healthcare provided.
Yeah, you get healthcare. There are a lot of hippies, which is a problem for me, but not so much a problem for you.
Absolutely not.
We've watched a number of videos from the town. And as Janice has pointed out, she's from Boulder, Colorado. So there's nothing happening there that she hasn't grown up around.
Right.
You know, kind of the people that have been out in the sun a little too long. Like, it's all good.
It's time.
I'll live with the hippies.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think
you don't have
there's
to.
got to be like also like knights and shit walking around? I bet.
Oh yeah.
See, I'm down with that shit. I'll get some chainmail. I'll fucking go full medieval times.
And there's just a garden to grow some vegetables.
Yeah,
this is my goal.
It's beautiful. It's done. That goal
Dogs
achieved.
will be so happy.
Yeah, yeah.
Dexy's gonna. It's like this.
You could get like 1 million dogs, Maureen.
I don't know that Dexy would approve of that, but she certainly would like the place.
Yeah, this is it.
But down America, what if someone buys it?
That's the problem. We got to move on this shit.
All right, UK people, someone please go look at our house.
Preferably if you have general contractor skills or some other way of knowing whether a house is in good or bad shape. That would be helpful too.
Dan, what if someone buys our house?
I'm going to be crushed. Dan
is actually looking into the school next to it. He's like, oh my God.
Yeah. Oh, our kid would go to that school in a heartbeat. And now it's like literally hard to now send my kid to the shitty public school that he's currently going to.
This would solve a lot of problems.
It would solve a lot of problems. It would create a lot of problems, but they'd be new problems. It would solve the old problems and introduce new problems. What more does a person want in their life than that?
Different, definitely different.
Yeah.
But Dan.
Yeah.
Why leave this place?
Well, there are many reasons with which to leave America, but I actually want to start us off with some good news. Not in America, which is that Viktor Orban, the far-right politician who's held a tight grip on Hungary for the last 16 years, lost his re-election on Sunday. His party lost its supermajority in parliament. In fact, the opposition party appears to be very close to crossing the threshold to get a supermajority of their own, which means they can actually undo a whole bunch of the shit that he and his fuckers have done. He was the template for much of the far-right moves other places, including here in the U.S. Many of the things that you've seen unfold under Trump 2 were first done in Hungary. He has a much harder grip on the whole country than Trump has on this one. And he fucking lost. Feels pretty good.
So good. Yep. He lost.
Add to that.
Okay.
The fact that none other than J.D. Vance traveled to Hungary last week when it was looking like Orban was maybe in a little bit of trouble.
Right.
And J.D. Vance went, gave a speech, gave some photos, and then it got a lot worse for him.
Yeah. It plummeted.
There are literally, like, you can see polling and shit where it's like, you know, he's already underwater. And then J.D. Vance visits and it's just poof. Generally, it seems that the supermajority that the opposition will get was definitely not a given. And then J.D. showed up. and they took it. He then went on to not secure a peace deal with Iran. Shocking, I know, since we sent our best. J.D. Vance, Steve Witkoff, and Jared Kushner. Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner, the only two folks that Trump sends anywhere with seemingly zero track record of success.
Yeah.
J.D. Vance pulled off the trifecta, being a loser on 3 different continents in 1 week. He is a politician with zero juice.
Yeah.
So little juice that he's like the antimatter of juice.
He lacks Riz.
No Riz. The
There's
opposite of Riz. The opposite of Riz. Somebody I saw on the internet say that he is a perfect foundation. J.D. Vance is a perfect foundation for a D&D character that has so little charisma, a chaotic evil D&D character that has so little charisma that he ends up really being lawful good, because all the shit he tries, evil shit, ends up blowing up in his face and the good things happen instead.
That's why I say put this man in charge of publicity for the new Harry Potter series. Get on it. Get him to work from the Harry Potter franchise immediately.
Get it. Cast him.
Vance that. That is, it's basically like where you've been vanced. You got vanced.
You got vanced.
You got vanced.
Now, Maureen, you might ask yourself.
Okay.
Negotiation with Iran over a ceasefire that has been hard to grasp and has seemed to have plenty of negative effects here in the U.S. would be something that you would send your Secretary of State to. And you might be wondering where our Secretary of State / National Security Advisor / Archivist of the United States / Head of USAID Marco Rubio has been.
The archivist?
Oh, yeah. He's the fucking head of the Library of Congress.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. Where was he during these very important negotiations? Well, Maureen, he was by Donald Trump's side. And where was Donald Trump? Answered via the New York Times headline, Trump was watching a UFC fight in Miami while Iran talks collapsed. Gonna just read you a little bit of the color that opens this shit. On Saturday evening, as Vice President J.D. Vance took a podium in Pakistan to say no deal had been reached to end the war in Iran, President Trump was in Miami watching a mixed martial arts fight. Mr. Trump spent several hours orbited by Secretary of State Marco Rubio, a few of his children, some Ultimate Fighting Championship officials, Sergio Gore, the U.S. ambassador to India, the recording artist Vanilla Ice, Dan Bongino, the former deputy director of the FBI, and Manosphere shepherd Joe Rogan. He was surrounded by people, but Mr. Trump was somehow an isolated figure. People mostly circulated around him, checking in with updates and then leaving again. For the most part, Mr. Trump sat and impassively watched blood and saliva sprayed out from the fighters beating each other silly in front of him. It was unclear whether the president knew that negotiations had failed by the time he entered the arena for the UFC event to a Kid Rock song and thunderous applause. He wasn't tapping away on his phone. He left that to Mr. Rubio, who at one point leaned over to show the president his screen. And he didn't betray disappointment or anger. He offered tight smiles for the cameras instead, and a thumbs up for the winners.
Now, Dan, you may not remember this, but last Tuesday, we were all waiting to see if Trump was just going to blow up the world.
Yep. Yeah.
What this whole experience teaches you in many ways is the art of letting go.
Mm-hmm.
And realizing that things that other people have learned through long and hard experience, that these structures aren't real.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're not real, infallible. They're not real.
They are not real.
They're not
I
immutable.
do feel like had I known that he had tickets for the fights on Saturday night, I might have been a little less worried about him blowing up the world on Tuesday.
Right. You would have been like, no, he's going to want, Dan, he would have gone anyway.
Just to the former smoking crater octagon to watch the fights.
He would have gone anyway.
I do appreciate that there's sort of
country.
We are definitely not a real country. I do appreciate that there's so few people around this man that you could just pick names out of a hat. You could have and there wouldn't even be that many names in a hat to end up with a sentence like, around him was Marco Rubio, Vanilla Ice, Dan Bongino, and Joe Rogan.
All right.
Sure. Why not?
Go back and make 2016 us accept that.
Yeah. Yeah. You couldn't have Jared or Steve Witkoff because they had to go off to fucking not get a deal again.
Dan, I just want you to go on with this. Mm-hmm. And then I have something to ask you when we get through the next part of this.
Oh, boy. Okay. Well, with the Iran deal not happening.
The sticker idea, I almost forgot.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's you and me.
Yeah.
Like you're in your robe. I can be my Stevie Nicks face. It's it's at our house.
I love it.
Okay, great.
I love it. Yep.
Could be another 2 tarot card ones, whatever.
Tarot card. It could have welcome home written in runes around it.
All right.
Maybe that. Yeah, that's done. Good. I'm excited. 14th of April, and I've got a sticker idea. Whew, let's go. Anyway, Maureen Johnson, with the ideal not happening, Trump has announced a real winner of a gambit, which is we are now blockading the blockade of the Strait of Hormuz. We are officially, Maureen, in double blockade territory. Essentially, you're going to blockade us. Well, we're going to blockade you. I want this to keep going. I want China to blockade us. Then the EU to blockade China. Russia can jump in and blockade them. I just want blockades gravitating out like ley lines from the Persian Gulf. Why not?
Apparently, though, they're letting ships through anyway. Or
yeah, you know. I mean, what's a blockade really when you think about it? You know. Anyway, Maureen, we're getting away from the real story of the week, which is that after everything fell apart in Iran and after he watched that Saturday Night Cage fight, Donald Trump decided to pick a fight with the Pope. Now, I'm not reading his whole fucking post because it is long. This man has really embraced the fact that I guess Truth Social doesn't have a character count.
Yeah. Not for him.
Been going, I mean, he's been going long lately.
Right.
Anyway, he opens with honestly a fucking hilarious line. Pope Leo is weak in all caps, on crime, and terrible for foreign policy. He talks about, quote, fear of the Trump administration, but doesn't mention the fear, all caps, that the Catholic Church and all other Christian organizations had during COVID when they were arresting priests, ministers, and everybody else for holding church services, even when going outside and being 10 and even 20 feet apart. I like his brother Louis much better than I like him because Louis is all MAGA. I am going to absolutely love the world, Maureen, when we suddenly discover that Donald Trump has appointed Pope Leo's brother Louis as the anti-pope.
What is it? The Avignon? The
Exactly,
Avignon
the
papers?
Avignon papacy. He gets it.
New American Pope.
And Leo doesn't. I don't want a pope who thinks it's okay for Iran to have a nuclear weapon. I don't want a pope who thinks it's terrible that America attacked Venezuela, a country that was sending massive amounts. I'm not reading all of this. Point being, the pope is weak on crime, Maureen. He followed up, in case you were wondering where his head was at. After picking a fight with the Pope, he then went on to post an AI-generated image of himself as Jesus.
I want to talk about this for just 1 second.
I definitely want to talk about this for just 1 second.
Before we break down what's in the image.
Yeah.
Because it's wild.
Truly.
As you know, my father has gone to the dark side with this. He's, you know, my mother's constantly furious. So she showed him this image. She printed it out.
Yeah.
Brought it to him and said, this is what your boy posted. What do you think about that? And his first response was, that's not real. He didn't do that. Now, later in the day, he said that he did.
Okay.
Came out and they said on Fox, they said, did you do that? And he said, yes. It's a picture of me as a doctor.
Right.
My father heard that and said, yeah, it's him as a doctor.
Sure.
Now, that's depressing for 99 reasons.
Yeah.
Because it shows how very simple it all is.
Yeah.
For some people.
Yeah.
He says it and they go, yup.
Yeah.
He just said, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do with that.
I think that it's very interesting that Donald Trump's doctor dresses like Jesus.
I think that Trump's doctor is Dr. Leo Spaceman from 30 Rock. But, I mean.
Didn't his original doctor die mysteriously?
The guy with the long hair?
Yeah. I think he did. Early life, personal life and death. He died on January 8th, 2021. Mm-hmm. At the age of 73. The place and cause of death was not disclosed. He probably died of COVID.
I can't tell you how furious I am as someone who's almost her entire personality is based on the fact that she ended up going to this Catholic girls' school.
Yeah.
That I have to be so in it for the Pope.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely.
I'm furious. I'm so mad.
I got no dogs in the religion hunt. I've got a lot of dogs in the Chicago hunt. So that already predisposed me to like the Pope, even though I fully acknowledge that Catholicism has all kinds of problems. But, but yeah, I've got his back. But Maureen, can we talk about this image for just a moment?
I think we should.
It's a reproduction painting. Donald Trump center, white robe, red shawl. Very doctor-like. Oh, wait, no, I meant Christ-like. He has his hand on the forehead of a man in a bed dressed in a hospital gown.
Mm-hmm.
His other hand is just glowing. He's holding some sort of glowing ball of light. He's surrounded by various people. There's a woman praying. There's a guy with a hat that I can't quite make the words out, but I'm sure they're just gibberish.
It looks like Petrosaur, but I know it's not that.
Yeah. There's a soldier. Then there's a tiny nurse wearing an old-timey nurse's hat, which I think has not been worn in a very long time. There's a flag that seems to have 14 stripes, couple of eagles, and then in the sky, coming down from the light, appear to be some ghost soldiers, but in the center, it can really only be described as a
Ultron?
As a Gundam. Like, this is
Like
just like a straight up Japanese anime Gundam.
Yeah.
Wings, little spike heads. Yeah, it's Voltron, but it's not the Lion's Voltron. I think the spike-headed Voltron, that was the Voltron that was like a million cars. Oh, man, that was always the best when you got the Voltron that was all cars. Oh, I loved that shit. Speaking of which, my actual personal favorite thing in the sky are these jets, which for the life of me, they're sort of jets only in that they are vaguely plane-shaped.
The one looks like a bat. One looks like a bat.
They're sort of like the Transformers Starscream mid-transform.
That one is a space shuttle. Look at that. Look at where the wings are.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense. It's like it's very also like, so then there's behind it fireworks.
Yeah.
Everything is happening in the sky, you guys. Right next to that is the Statue of Liberty, which appears to be blowing up.
Yeah.
If you really look at it. Enhance. Computer enhance. I'm going to go in 125. I'm going to go in 150. All right. So, and then to his left is a building. It's just like a building.
Yeah.
But it's can you figure out what that is?
No. It looks, there's a part of me, and I know that they did not write a prompt enough to really land on this, but it looks vaguely Roman, actually.
It does.
Like there's a dome on it.
Right.
Like it doesn't look completely unlike.
I will say the soldier on the right, his expression is, what the fuck? Like he doesn't look happy about this, which I get because it's confusing because it's like Voltron and space and like military astronauts and huge eagles and a space shuttle and a bat and maybe a kind of glorpy jet and the Empire or the Statue of Liberty is exploding and this guy is just getting his head touched.
Yeah.
Covered in hands. Yeah.
For being a robot that's bad at hands, AI loves hands. There are two disembodied hands at the very front of this whole painting.
It's full of hands.
That don't even make sense. But yeah, lots of hands. Anyway, Maureen Johnson. Who better than defend this than that pinch hitter that's been batting 1,000? They trotted out J.D. Vance to explain, quote, I think the president was posting a joke. Explaining further, he likes to mix it up on social media.
He does, yeah.
I think that's one of the good things because it shows that he's not filtered. He did acknowledge that there are bound to be, quote, disagreements on matters of public policy with the Pope. He said it's reasonable. In some cases, it would be best for the Vatican to stick to matters of morality. He literally told the Pope to shut up and dribble.
Yeah.
Stick to matters of morality and let the president stick to dictating American public policy. Now, Maureen Johnson, I understand that we're 50 fucking minutes into this.
Yes.
I understand that we have yet to talk about DoorDash Grandma. But I just need to point out that 100 years ago, when the Ku Klux Klan was super powerful, one of their central tenets was that the Pope would dictate American public policy, and that's why they were anti-Catholic. I just want to point out that J.D. Vance, a Catholic, who it wasn't until I read this article that it really sunk in. He converted to Catholicism in 2019.
Mm.
That's like 7 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Isn't
He's
Melania
been a Catholic for less time than my young child was alive.
Isn't Melania Catholic as well?
I don't think Melania's anything.
But I mean, she had that whole meeting with the Pope that she was really serious about. Like, she was really serious about meeting the Pope.
Oh, yeah. Melania Trump is this is let's see. Let's look at this. All right. Melania Trump. Yes, she is, in fact, Catholic.
Mm-hmm.
Second Roman Catholic First Lady after Jackie O.
Also, not for nothing, that is exactly what came up when JFK was elected. They said we can't have a Catholic president.
Yeah.
U.S. policy would be dictated by the Pope.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, Donald Trump did end up taking down that particularly blasphemous image in a rare deletion by whoever.
Somebody tell my dad.
Account.
Somebody tell my dad, because my dad will just believe anything that comes down the pike.
He was asked about it in a press conference yesterday outside the Oval Office. Standing next to him, we're going to get to it, someone known as the DoorDash Grandma.
Sure.
Where he explained, and I quote, Maureen has said this, but I quote, "I thought it was me as a doctor," he said of the social media post. Only the fake news could come up with that it was Jesus.
Sure.
He did add, "I make people better."
Absolutely.
But Maureen, let's talk about the DoorDash Grandma, because if anything happened this week that's in our wheelhouse,
yeah,
is this poor woman in an obviously staged attempt to try and turn attention away from the discussions that maybe he's the Antichrist. Yeah.
Dan, we didn't even mention the fact that Melania held a press conference in the middle of last week to say that she's not we didn't even do that.
We didn't
remember
do that. I do remember that.
She was like, anything you hear about me and Epstein, forget about it. Okay, go back to DoorDash Grandma.
All right. Anyway, he wanted to turn the attention in many ways. The White House turned to their one tried and true move that works every time, getting McDonald's into that man's hands.
Yep.
Yesterday, a DoorDash delivery woman, and we know this because she was wearing a shirt that said DoorDash.
Yep.
Which is all of us with experience with receiving DoorDash. That's what all of our DoorDashers wear. Delivered McDonald's to the side door of the Oval Office, as one does. Now, for some reason, this was reported as a spontaneous event, like Trump just pulled the app out and ordered some Mickey D's, when obviously they're not just waving delivery people through to the White House gates. Also, this particular delivery driver was from Arkansas, which is quite a way to bring some McDonald's over. Also, check out this crazy coincidence. She had testified to the House Ways and Means Committee just last July in support of Trump's no tax on tips initiative, which I'm not sure how you end up testifying to the House Ways and Means Committee, but I don't think it's just like you show up one day. Anyway, no tax on tips was why she was standing awkwardly outside the Oval Office, because the White House wanted to pull that stunt to hype that no tax on tips is a thing this tax season. She claimed she'll be getting $4,000 in tips untaxed, which is helpful, Maureen, because this is America. And so, of course, there's a depressing healthcare story at the root of all of this. According to the Daily Mail, the woman's name is Sharon Simmons. She has made more than 14,000 deliveries to help pay for her husband's cancer treatment and testified before Congress in support of the president's initiatives to cancel tax on tips. She said to Congress, I remember when I was 4 years old joining my parents on their newspaper routes. In fact, my mother is almost 80 and still works taking care of little children to cover her expenses. That work ethic then proved to be helpful when her husband was first diagnosed with cancer in early 2025, and, quote, the toll that radiation and chemotherapy took on him forced him to reduce his hours at his job. She went on Fox News last night and elaborated, what this really means to me is that last year my husband, he was diagnosed with stage 3 cancer, and during that time I was able to take some time and take him to his appointments and be there with him. But as you know, going through treatment, even with insurance, you kind of break the bank. And we pretty much went through our savings. In case you're wondering, of course, Maureen, $4,000 in DoorDash tips is not covering all that medical care. And so her stepson also has a GoFundMe to cover all of this. I have a crazy policy idea, Maureen.
What is it?
Which is, instead of not taxing tips, give us fucking health care instead of wars that only raise prices. And maybe our grandmas don't need to be fucking door dashing to raise money for their husband's cancer treatments.
I hate it here. That's too simple to say. It's just a first, just get it out. Just I hate it here. Okay, great. Accepted. It's not a real country. It's fundamentally broken and probably always has been, and is built on racism and inequity.
Yeah.
Fundamentally, those are the structures and the bones.
Yeah. Yeah. Correct.
But we can grow something new on this ground.
Yeah.
However, we will be living in a haunted house in England.
Hell yeah, we will.
Dan, are the wheels starting to come off Trump's personal bus is what I'm wondering, because we know that J.D. Vance was definitely a source on some news article this week about how he opposed the war.
Right. Yeah. JD's people have definitely been pumping that he was against the Iran war, which also feels like part of why, because Trump's into humiliation shit. So that's got to be part of why he sent him to be like the chief negotiator.
And he's failing a lot, but now Vance is starting to come out against him. So clearly there's some sort of setup here for something.
Yeah.
Is it that Trump is failing mentally? He's now he's really not useful to them anymore.
Donald Trump isn't?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, he is the connective tissue that is holding all of them together. So he's useful in that way.
But he's starting to fall apart.
Right.
And he's starting to go he's now completely insane.
Yeah.
It's getting harder and harder just to look away from it.
Right.
At some point, they're going to have to be like, I assume they've just been sitting there this whole time. Like, okay, when are we going to have to, whatever. And they'll just, I am assuming they'll finally, they've had a 25th Amendment kit.
Right.
Like that, a smash glass, move JD in place, etc.
Yeah.
Are we getting closer to that? Because then it looks like also Trump's setting up JD for failure. And if JD comes up against him, you remember what he did to his last guy. He was going to kill that guy.
He was going to kill that guy.
Is he going to try to kill JD Vance?
And yet also remember what happened when JD Vance visited the other Pope.
What happened?
He killed the Pope.
Oh, that's right. He killed the Pope.
So now we've got a guy that tried to kill his vice president and a guy that killed the Pope, who is his vice president.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah. We got a real rock and a hard place thing.
He's also clearly, Dan, unwell. His ankles have swollen over his shoes.
Yeah. He's got mystery ports on his hand. He's clearly got dementia. Yeah.
He looks like he's about to pop.
And yet.
I mean, I assume he's so full of drugs that
Yeah.
Who even knows how many drugs they have him on?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is he a Woodrow Wilson situation yet?
I mean, he's certainly not in a Woodrow Wilson situation yet. May he end up there? Possibly. I do think that they would prefer to Woodrow Wilson or Weekend at Bernie's him,
right?
Than immediately announce that it happened.
They'll just disappear him from view.
Yeah.
He's having executive time, and we just won't see him for a little bit.
Yeah.
Is that how it's gonna happen? Is that his schedule will empty out a bit?
I mean, I'm hesitant to say yes on that because I feel like every few weeks, and in fact, one just happened this week where he was slightly less busy schedule, hadn't given a public appearance at least for like 12 hours or something, and suddenly everyone's like, I think it's happening.
Mm-hmm.
There's always oh, and all the roads are closed around Walter Reed Medical Center, and which I think is just not true. Like, there's all kinds of rumors that seem to kick up every now and then. So I'm very hesitant to say that's he'll just sort of, I don't know.
Because
maybe his doctor will appear to him in white with a red robe and place his hand on his forehead and it'll glow.
Because we're getting used to these very close to the midterms where they're scrambling to tank them.
Yeah.
But if they don't succeed,
they're going to totally.
It's going to be such a bloodbath for them.
Yeah.
Is he just going to pop on national television? He's going to do an address and just pop.
Here's the thing, and I know I'm going to get piled on again about this, but about those midterms.
Mm-hmm.
It's April.
Right.
Those midterms are in November.
Yes.
What are the Democrats running on? What's their message? What is the vision that the American people are being told and sold by the Democrats? What? 6 months before the election?
This, but not Trump.
Right. That's it. That's literally it. Seems to be. We're not him. That's it. Like, hey guys, fucking run for something. You could probably do even better. We get the idea that you're probably going to take at least the House, maybe also the Senate, even if you just sit back and keep your powder as dry as fucking possible. But let me offer the idea that if you actually articulate something that people want to vote for, they might vote even more. Anyway.
Our house is going to be so... Everybody, SaysWhovia, you could come and do spells with us.
I mean, I don't know about that, but I do know that I really want that house.
Can we kickstart it? Let's just buy it down. Let's go.
I mean, we could.
Kickstart our house.
No, we could buy the house.
Yeah. Somebody go look at it should I talk to my brother-in-law?
Yes. Talk to your brother-in-law. Say, hey, I need you to go 40 minutes from where you live or whatever and check out this house for me real quick.
It'd be so peaceful there, wouldn't it?
It would be so peaceful.
I don't know how to live like that.
It would be so nice.
I don't know how to live like that.
No, see, don't do this to me now. Remember on Saturday, I was like, I don't want this to be a joke. And you were like, it's not a joke.
It is not a joke. I really want to live there.
Yeah. You can learn. Here's the thing, Maureen. It's going to be peaceful, but as documented by the SaysWhovian, I think there's the right amount of chaotic energy there for you. I think you won't miss a thing. I think
we got to go.
I think that the vibe, the general buzzing of these two fucking male and female ley lines going all nuts in our backyard, I think that's going to feel very New York to you.
All right. I think I'm okay with that.
Yeah, exactly. Like, sure, it's going to look a little different, but I feel like the chaotic energy is there for you.
I can live like that.
Yeah, you could live like that. We could all live like that. And we can be like, hey, we can wave at each other through our windows.
Mm-hmm.
We can
Two separate houses.
Yeah, that's the best part. The little tiny barn, I love the little tiny barn because it's very tiny, but each room has its own little French doors that open out to the world.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
The kitchen.
Yeah, the kitchen in your house is wild. The kitchen in our house is at least twice the size of the current kitchen we live in, and it's a small kitchen. There's a lot of counter space.
And then we look out on the tour.
Yeah. Look out on the tour. Just walk out the backyard. Fucking go get some holy water. Literally holy water from the fucking chalice that caught Jesus's blood. Yeah. Yeah, take that, fucking AI Jesus Donald Trump. We'll be living with the goddamn Holy Grail in our backyard.
Again, really probably not what weeks. 10 years ago, as this was being developed, we didn't know that 10 years from now, we'd be like, this is the second Trump presidency. He's fighting the Pope. He's Jesus. He's trying to blow us all up. And Dan and I are now moving
to become wizards.
Yeah, it's wizard time. It's wizard time.
It is wizard time.
All right, I'm going to ask him to look at it.
Yes, good. Says Who is made possible by you through your support of our Patreon at patreon.com/sayswho. It's our Patreon where pretty much every Sunday you can do this all over again. If you give it the $5 level, throw another $5 on that. And you get a sticker in the mail every month because you become a member of the Says Who Sticker Club. It's all available to you at patreon.com/sayswho. Our theme music is performed by Ted Leo. Thank you, Ted. Our logo was designed by Darth. You can contact us at sayswhopodcast.com on Blue Sky, at sayswho at omfg.town on Mastodon. You can always email at hey, that's HEY, at sayswhopodcast.com. You can join the discussion about our future home on the tour on Facebook at /group/SaysWhovians. Our Facebook group is moderated by Janice Dillard. Thank you, Janice. There's also the fan run Discord server at tinyurl.com/sayswhodiscord. Whatever you do, spread the word, subscribe, leave stars and reviews on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever it is that you listen. And you can join us next Wednesday, April 22nd. Somehow this month is gone. For our very next episode. And from my basement in Chicago, I am Dan Sinker. From my basement for now.
Yeah, I'm looking at which room I want to be my office.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of options, but I think it's probably in the although if I don't put it in the crazy attic, we can keep that space for
roller skating. There are a lot of rooms in your house, including one that isn't even a bedroom labeled office.
Are you okay?
There's also one labeled shrug.
Also, there's a crazy square toilet seat, and we could eat outside at this little stone mushroom table.
Yeah.
It's got a rainwater thing. Already the garden beds are in.
Yeah. It's ready for us.
I'm going to have them look at it. I mean, I think that we have to at least look at it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
From your office for now in New York.
I'm Maureen Johnson.
There we are. This has been Says Who. I just think it's got to happen.
Yep.
Because if it doesn't, I'm going to be very sad.
I think we have to look. I think we have to look at it at least.
I understand that we have to look at it, but we could also just buy it sight unseen. The year that I lived in California, we rented a little house sight unseen, and it was an adventure because we didn't expect any of it when we got there. We didn't know it was going to be at the bottom of a 45-degree angle hill. We didn't know there was going to be a river right in the backyard that, especially in January, got real high and seemed like it might flood the house. We didn't know that most of the house was spider and not wall. But you know what? It was charming and wonderful. And I'd do it again.
Says Who.